Hello there, welcome to the Airgun Gear Show. This is the British Shooting Show 2019, and I'm going to show you my hot favourites as we go round. Nice to meet you. Thanks very much. Well done.
2, 3.
Jasmine. First things first, let's start at the Braces of Bristol stand. They've got like an FX showcase going on. If you don't want to keep listening to me, let's go to the man of the moment, Donny from Donny FL. He's going to tell us all about his new range of silencers.
Hey guys, my name is Donny and I'm here to talk about some of my Donny FL suppressors with you. One of my most asked about suppressor is the Sumo, and my Sumo's the very first suppressor that I came out with. And it was actually one of the suppressors that I was going to make and be done with, but then I listened to some of my customers. They asked me for different sizes. So Sumo's one of the very popular one. And then I started making like smaller ones because some guys, they don't prefer the bigger diameter. So I started making smaller ones. And then I came out with a Koi. The Koi is a variation of the Sumo. It's you can see the little size difference. It's a 1.22 inches by 7.25 inch long. So this is for guys who don't want it too long or too big in diameter. And it's very lightweight. The other one is for a high caliber, like 25 cal or 30 cal. And if you want more suppression, and if you look at it, it's very similar to the Sumo. It's same length, but just a bigger OD. And in the airgun world, it's all about the volume for airgun suppression. I know in the UK, they don't shoot that high caliber, but in the US, we shoot a lot with the Emperor, which is that big 2-inch by 10.5 inch OD, and that really keeps it really quiet for even like 45 cal, 50 cal. You can go to my website, donnyfl.com. Next trip, I'm going to be in Iowa, and then after that, I'll be in RMAC in Utah. So hopefully, see you there.
I'm here on the Braces of Bristol stand, and this is the FX showcase, and we've sort of cleared the space just for a minute because it's so packed out. Let me just run through and tell you the differences between this new Dreamline, because the exciting thing is that for the first time ever, I've seen the Dreamline in the classic laminate stock, and look at that, the black pepper, that's absolutely gorgeous. So the interesting thing is you've got the Dream Tac, which is just there. That's actually my own rifle, which is why it's got the little yellow sticker on it. But you've got the Dream Tac there, where you've got the tactical AR stock on the back, and you've got the Picatinny rail on the top. So that's the Dream Tac. Then you go up to the Dream Light, where you've got the thinner stock at the back, you have a standard rail on the top, dovetail rail on the top, and then that's obviously a lighter version compared to that one. But then you move up, and then you've got the Classic. Now, what we've been explaining to everyone that we've been talking to about this, because they're so excited, is that this block in here is the same block that's in there and in there. So what's so exciting is that you can make all these changes on it. So for example, the block on the Dream Light, on the back, you've got the adjustable hammer spring system on there. You don't have the adjustable hammer spring system on this one, but you can still adjust the hammer spring inside. So that is like one of the modules that you can put onto the rifle to make changes. As you can see, you can then have the AR attachment stock on the back, and with that, it means that you can put other AR accessories on there as well. So the gun literally goes from AR tactical style up to a light tactical style through to a classic. There's also a bullpup option as well. And of course, what you've got to remember is that on this rifle, you've got that super smooth twist X barrel system on there as well. That amp regulator, you don't really get the access to that in the UK sub 12 foot-pounds. But if you're outside the UK, you've got to remember that that reg can go up and down, which is really, really interesting. And that means that also if you're in the UK and you've got it on a firearms ticket, you can make use of that function as well. Obviously, you've got adjustable transfer ports, side lever cocking, and that fantastic FX match trigger that's inside. and then in sub 12 foot-pounds 2.2, you're getting anywhere around 230 shots. So it really is a light, compact, maneuverable little rifle that in years to come is going to be many, many different things. But do remember that you've still got the other rifles out there, such as the Crown and the Impact and the Wildcat, and they're dedicated in what they do. Their valving systems are different to the valving system in the Dreamline. So they're a bigger, expandable platform, and they're capable of obviously more shots, and with that bigger valving, obviously greater powers for reaching out for those long distances. So the Dreamline really is the one that's most exciting at the moment, and it's certainly the rifle that's caught everyone's attention here at the show. I've also done a full review. I'll put a link to that in the description box below. Everyone's been waiting for it, and now it's here. First thing to spot on the BSA stand is the new, well, it's a special edition kind of R10th, and notice the 10th bit on it. Now this is to celebrate 10 years of manufacture of the R10. So what BSA done is they've gone to town and they've put some extra bits and pieces on. So we've now got a big 280cc bottle on there. So you've actually got more air capacity going on. You can clearly see with that extra bottle, the shot count is going up in both 2.2 and 1.77. They've put on what's called a customizable shroud and silencer, and they say that that is actually quieter than before, again, which is a nice touch. You'll notice on the Manelli stock, you've now got an adjustable cheek piece. Nice black adjustable cheek piece, goes up and down, along with a nice 3D shoulder pad. There is, on this model, because it's a demonstration model, a push button which adjusts that cheek piece. But they tell me that when this comes out in May, that is going to be a Allen key adjustment. Nice little bladed trigger as normal, 10-shot magazine system, and overall it feels like a nice balanced version of the R10. So it's a celebratory rifle. They're saying it's going to recommend retail around $999, so a few pennies under $1,000. That's going to be something that a lot of people are going to be very interested in, particularly if you're a BSA fan. Something else that BSA have brought out this year is the new Silver Star. Now, that sort of sounds like a motorbike name, doesn't it? This is a field target design rifle, and it's a single shot. Also on the back, you've got this interesting T-bar system, which I have to say I haven't seen really on anything else. But the idea is that you can just cock the gun with your two fingers. That's quite a nice touch on the back there. You've also got a removable air cylinder on the front. Now the interesting thing about this, so BSA tell me, is that it's going to come in the future in two different configurations. So the air cylinder, you can buy a 12 foot-pound version, or you can buy a 6 foot-pound version. It's not changeable by the user at home, so the cylinder is set when you buy it. But it means that you can shoot outdoors at the ranges you need to, but also if you then want to shoot indoors at a lower power, you can do just by simply unscrewing and changing your air cylinder. You've got regular cold forged hammer barrel on there, so you know you're going to get some nice accuracy. And you've got a lovely flowing stock, match grade adjustable trigger. You also got a adjustable cheek piece on the top and shoulder pad. And this isn't synthetic, this is a wood stock. And again, it's a dark wood stock, so it looks very, very nice. It also comes, if we can see down there, in the beach stock version as well. And this version has got the diopter sights on top. So you can have it two ways. You can have it with the scope on top or the diopter, and you're going to be able to get it in 6 foot and 12 foot-pound configurations in the future. And that feels really nice. One more thing while I'm gabbling on is there's an accessory rail in the bottom as well, so you can put all your toys on. There you go.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much. The good thing is, look, BSA gave me a key, which means I can take anything off that I want. Look at that, nice key. Key! Gammo have come to town with their Boxer bullpup air rifle. Look at that. The really interesting thing is the price point. They're saying recommend retail for the UK market is around £569. That looks like a lot of value for that money. And it does look similar to something we may have seen last year, but it kind of doesn't feel the same. It's a whole lot lighter, which is nice. And it is very pointable and very comfortable. So what have we got? So we start at the front. We've got the cold forged hammer system in there. So you've got that reliable bit of accuracy with the rifle. Shroud over the top of that barrel, which is going to dampen the sound out for you. You've got what Gammo say is like a self-regulating hammer system in there. Action at the back, it's a 10-shot system, as you can see there, so a little 10-shot magazine is going to go in. And you've got a cylinder that sits there as well, which I think you feel from the front. Trigger is forward of the action, and that is a lovely, nice wooden stock. And at the moment, I'm only hearing that these come in the wooden stock. Rubber shoulder pad at the end, and if they've demonstrated to me at the show, the thing that they like the idea of is the fact that you can carry it from there. Whether you want to do that or not, I've no idea, but that's actually quite a nice thing, is to be able to use that as a little handle in the field. Next from Gammo is the GX40. Now, again, there are some similarities to something else, maybe from BSA, so we do have to mention that. However, what this is sort of like a slimmed down version of something else, but it's still a lovely little rifle. The really important thing that BSA and Gammo want to point out is that what they want to say is that the stocks are made in Europe, but the barrel, the action, all the metalwork is made in Birmingham. And that's a really good thing. And you've got to remember that we want to keep our industries going. That's super important. So no matter what happens in the next few months, it's really important that we have industry that can do that. So this part, the metalwork, is made in Birmingham, which is good. The difference with this one, as opposed to the Fox, which I've looked at before, is that this comes as a standalone rifle. So whereas the Fox will come as a kit with a pump and everything like that, the GX40 is Gammo's version, which is just standalone. So you can get this. You're looking at a retail price of around $349. Nice looking rifle, dependable rifle, and I got to say that could be one of the show bargains for this year. The Venari is the tricked out version of the GX40, and you get some extras there. Now the price is a little bit more, recommended retail around $459, but those extras are, you get the adjustable cheek piece, which again, some people will love. Nice aluminium style adjustments there, so you've got a nice sturdy adjustable cheek piece. You've also got a bipod. It's like a twin part bipod look, so you on the side there. So you've got a bipod included with the Picatinny rails on the side. You've also got a Gammo moderator on the front there as well. So pretty similar to the GX40, still a 10-shot rotary magazine system, 17722. You've also got the trigger safety just there. So same as the GX40, but you've just got more bits to play with. Hello mate, how you doing? Brilliant, oh, superb. Thank you very much. Winchester is a name that I saw in America on the Gammo stand, and it's now making its way over here. And the first thing that I see for the UK market is this lovely 8-shot revolver. Look at that. All metal construction except for the handle. You've got to have a little bit of plastic on the handle because that's where the CO2 capsule goes in, look, just in there. It's always a little bit cack-handed at the show because I never know which way around to open it for you first. But it is a lovely little revolver. Now the thing with it is, it's a pellet revolver and it doesn't use the normal dummy bullets that go inside. If I open this up and show you, basically what it comes with is the little magazine that sort of pops in and out. And what you do is you drop your pellets in there. You see, so they go straight in. So it's like loading a rotary magazine, which is really clever. And once you've loaded the rotary magazine, you then just go ahead and pop it straight back into the barrel and click it in. Really nice. Hammer back, and then every time you fire, you're going to let a pellet go down range. That is a really, really nice little pistol. It says 6-shooter on there, but it's actually an 8-shot. but that's a new CO2 pistol from Winchester. And what's really interesting about the fact that it's an 8-shot revolver is that I dropped the bit on the floor, which Winchester are bringing out a couple of spring air rifles. We always like a good Springer. Look at that. That's a really nice, sleek looking air rifle. Now, there are two versions of this. There's the 55 and the 55 RS. The RS is around 30 or 40 pounds more. Basically means that you get the moderator included. But look at that. Lovely spring air rifle. Nice checkering down the stock. Very nice finished stock. Adjustable trigger, going to come in 177 and 22. Little rubberized shoulder pad. Winchester don't do scopes, so BSA are putting their scopes on top of everything. So that's the RS, around 269, I think. And I think if you're going for the standard one without the moderator, it's around 239. I'll put the details on the screen now. But there you go, the Winchester spring break barrel rifle. That's nice. It's Virearc time. Over to Chris on the Hull cartridge stand.
Hi, my name's Chris. I'm from Hull Cartridge Company. We're the Virearc distributor. And here at the British Shooting Show 2019, we're here to show off our brand new rifle, the HW100 Bullpup. So I'll run you through the features. First of all, we've got an adjustable butt pad, a beach stock with a soft touch finish, weaver rail, obviously standard, biathlon style cocking lever to make it nice and easy to cock. Safety catch is ambidextrous, will only work when the rifle is cocked. They're doing a full length version, which is about 110 shots in 177 and 130 in 22. We're doing a carbine version, roughly 50 shots in 177 and 70 shots in 22 caliber. There will be 3 to 4 months before we can start fulfilling orders. Dealers are starting to put them on back order now. We have options where you could have a left-handed rifle, so you could have left-handed cocking. There will be an extra charge for that. The RRP will be 1140 for the rifle only. Obviously scope and mounts are extra. It will come with this silencer as standard and the 2 14-shot magazines you will know and love from the normal HW100 range. Hope you like it. Thank you very much.
On the Umarex stand, I've got the Rain. That's kind of like a very royalist thing, isn't it? But I guess the idea is that you can rain pellets down range. Now this is a new bullpup. Look at that. That's really exciting. Now what's different about this is you've got a bottle which is in there. It's around a 200cc bottle. So the bottle is covered by this lovely big grip at the front. And then you've got this side lever action sort of, well, just there, just over halfway down. So as you can see, it's a bullpup, side lever action, and then you've got the magazine at the back. But wait, they're saying that this is a completely ambidextrous rifle because the magazine will load from that side, watch, and that side. Now, how clever is that? Never seen that before where you can just pop it in and pop it out. The good thing is as well is that you can change this side lever. Now they're saying that they prefer you to do that at the shop or sort of at the factory, so it's kind of like a pre-order or get someone who knows what they're doing to do it. They don't recommend you do it at home, but it does mean that, as they say, it's a completely ambidextrous rifle. Around 170 shots in 177 sub 12 foot-pound, 190, maybe a few more in 22. And you're getting all those shots because they're saying that this is regulated, which again is really, really nice. You've got a safety button there, mine's on fire, and I'm just gonna very gently pull the trigger for you. And do you know what? That trigger is quite sweet. There's not a lot of creep on there. It just does what it needs to do. It lets that hammer go forward. It's in a lovely big synthetic stock, which means you can bash it around. Nice dovetail rail on the top, and you've got a Umarex barrel in there as well. And I'm guessing if you want to make it go all nice and quiet, you're threaded on the front look eventually, so you could put a silencer on there as well. So Umarex say this is something to keep your eye out for later on in the summer. It's the Rain, it looks good, feels good, and it's really nice and light, so keep your eyes out for that one. And the price, by the way, forgot to mention that because I'm really good and I forget things and I get all excited, around $799 retail. Humerax haven't finished. You remember the trusty RM8? Well, they've now made a little short carbine version, so they've taken a bit off the end of the barrel. Now, that's lovely, it's brilliant. We know the RM8, it's trusty, reliable, and it comes in at well under 500 quid. In fact, this one's around 499 for the carbine. However, Humerax are tricking things out. This is the aluminium version, and carbon, by the way. I can tell you that there is without doubt a weight difference between these two. This one, I wouldn't want to walk around too long holding it straight up like this. This one is as light as a feather. And why is it light as a feather? Because that block in there has been completely redone in aluminium, and there really genuinely is a difference. Also, the barrel is swathed in carbon. So that's it. 2 new RM8s. I'm going to shut up and move on. 177. Yeah, we did, yeah. It's very interesting. Yes, no, yes, no. There we go. You all remember the Hammerly CO2 rifles of old from years ago? Well, it's now turned into the Humerax 850 M2 Mark II. It's the same sort of thing, but basically it's been Humeraxed out. So you've now got some nice open sights on there. They've also updated the stock, put some Picatinny rails on there, and you've also got this little adjustable cheek piece, which there you go, you see, so there's things going on there. Same sort of action inside, same 88 gram CO2 capsule going in the front, but it has been Humeraxed. Retail, now get this, $449 with a scope and a moderator. That's a really good price for a CO2 rifle. So there you go, the Humerax 850 Mark II.
For more information, visit
www.bisley-uk.com.
So I bump into this legend. This is Mr. Doe. Mr. Doe, I'm going to shake your hand.
Well done, Giles. You've achieved that. Well done.
Well done. I've managed that.
Well done.
So,
Without poking me in the eye or anything like that.
well, we
done.
can try that. So just for everyone out there, Terry, what is it you do?
Well, do you know, I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about it a long time.
Yeah.
I just do air guns and magazines and stuff. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And I do inspiring you, don't I?
You do. To
I
be
do.
honest, it's like I've followed Terry around the world into many different places, into
Yeah.
bushes
Yes, we've crawled around after rattlesnakes and things, haven't we?
that didn't exist, but we
No,
went and had a look
There
anyway.
was a radiator top hose, actually,
Yeah.
in the end. But no, we've been about a bit together, haven't we, Giles?
Yeah, you've done well.
I think you've learned, haven't you? You've learned quite a lot.
I've learned quite a lot. Yeah, I've learned that when my wife arrives later, that we try and keep.
She
you
loves
two-
me.
Yeah,
Giles'
she does. Yeah, this
wife
is the
absolutely
thing.
loves me, and so she should. She's a wonderful woman. If ever, you can't believe that he could punch above that weight, but believe me, he is. I'll tell you now, he's punching well above even that weight. Anyway,
Thank you,
go on,
Terry.
mate. Go on, mate.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you
So
ask
it's
me?
fine. I have actually lost 3 stone, but
You'll
I know,
find
I
it,
know you
Giles.
haven't noticed.
You'll find it. Don't worry about that.
Mr. Doe, what's impressed you at the
Right.
show?
Loads of stuff. Mainly the show itself.
Yes,
That's really
it is
impressive.
good, yeah.
This is where our sport and the sport of shooting should be. They're going to have the caravan show, the whatever, the gadget show. All the other shows that make up the fabric of our society are going to be here, and so should shooting. So we're here now at the NEC, as big and as loud and as proud as everybody else. That's the main thing that impresses me here. Individually, product-wise, I'm loving Umarex's new bullpup. It's bullpup fever here. You got the one from Umarex, you got Virox one,
Yeah.
there's one from Gammo.
Yeah.
You've got, I mean,
There's a Webley one as well, I think. Yeah.
You've got the stuff from SIG. You got. I mean, if you spun your camera around now, you'd see the Air Arms stand.
Yeah.
Where all the superstars, Nick Jenkinson, the greatest living air gunner on the planet.
I thought that was you.
Never in a million years.
Really?
I bow to that man. But they're all there.
Can I
meeting and
pay to
greeting.
see that?
Yeah, I've done it
We'll
many
all
times.
pay to see
many
that. Yeah,
times.
go on.
They're all meeting and greeting.
Yeah.
Everybody's open and friendly. It's wonderful. There's a lot of fellowship. There's a real fellowship going
It
on
is
here,
good,
and it's
yeah.
great to see it.
Yeah, I got to say, I will agree that I drove up on Thursday night, and when you come up the M42, and the big gantry signs on the motorway say British Shooting Show this way.
Yeah.
Years ago, they wouldn't like to type that
No,
there,
no,
would
no,
they?
no.
So it's you are seeing this growing, and it's
Yeah,
it's
they used
lovely
to hide
to
us
see.
away. Now we're loud and proud, and,
Yeah.
it's great. And We'll be going out to Ewa. I assume you're going to Ewa. They're letting you out there.
We're going out. Whether we can get back is a different story. I don't know.
Is there a problem in getting back? Or
Well,
what?
it depends how long we're out there for. The dates could change.
They'll love us. They'll love us
You
out there.
reckon?
We've just done Vegas, haven't we? We've just done the SHOT Show.
Yeah.
So we've got that, and Umarex are flying me out to test that little ball pup.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to do that.
You're not going to be sick this time.
Not going to throw up. There's going to be a big visit to FX. I'm going
Yeah.
to FX to play with their stuff. But
And you've got a really smart jacket on.
I've
as
got a
well.
jacket with
Orange.
blaze orange, so everyone
Yeah.
can see and not shoot me.
That's
That's
it.
brilliant. Yeah,
Well,
I have.
to be honest with you, Terry, I mean, if you just did that bit up a bit, we could always just try.
And
couldn't
you've
we?
got a jacket half on as well, haven't you?
Well, it's actually slightly dirty, but
yeah.
that's fine.
Well, it's probably grubbier on the inside, Giles. I would
There is
say.
that, yeah. In many
Anyway,
ways. Yeah, there we go.
Nice mic.
Yeah, well, don't blame me. That was what.
So
I
where
was-
is the missus? Come on, is she here?
She's later.
If you asked your missus what was the greatest thing she saw at the show,
Yeah.
it would be me.
Really?
It would be me. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, no worries about that. That's fine. Well, yeah, she does walk around with dark glasses
Giles,
on. And
you're a legend, man.
Anyway, there we go. He
Take it
cuts
easy.
me off whenever I try and insult
Well,
him. He
the
cuts me
viewers
off.
don't want to hear you. They can hear you opening boxes and things like that. don't
There we
they?
go.
They
Right.
want to hear some stuff.
There we go.
All right.
Have a look at what he does because it's very interesting. Something that's always nice to see is how a gun is presented when you buy it, and I really like to see a gun presented in a nice way. This is the new Air Arms S510 TDR, and the newness on this really is, obviously you've got that side lever system, but you've got this new soft touch stock look. And the TDR that I remember of old used to come in a big square case, whereas now it's represented in this rectangular case. Look at that, look at the way that's lovely laid out. You get a couple of magazines in there, nice 10-shot magazines. Look at that. You've also got all the safety taken care of, so if you want to secure the gun, nice filler probe. But it is really nice to see how a TDR can sit in the case and be all nicely presented. That's a really nice thing to see. And of course, we all know with the Air Arms TDR that it goes together really, really well. It's a real simple thing, but there we go. And look at that. Look how well that fits together. The joint on that is absolutely beautiful. And then all of a sudden, you've gone from something small in a case to something almost full-length rifle size. There it is. And I'm told later on in the year, the UK market may see the regulated version here as well. Now, I can't always remember the numbers on everything new that I see, so sometimes I've got to check the nice catalogue look. Very pretty. And the catalogue tells me that in 177 you're getting around 55 shots from that, and in 22 you're getting sort of 70. But if you chuck that regulator in at the end of the year, you're probably going to get quite a few more shots. But there you go. Don't know the price yet. Price is not confirmed, but if you're a takedown fan and you like the soft touch, that's the Air Arms 510 TDR. No shooting show video is complete without me suggesting some optics that I found. Now, the watchword this year seems to be first focal plane. Everyone's going first focal plane, that's the thing this year. So here on the Discovery Optics stands, look at that. That's glorious. Now, this is a Discovery 5x30x56, and I've got to look at it because my brain's quite fried by the end of the day. But this is a first focal plane scope, and it is a glorious looking bit of kit. So 34mm tube, you've also got your holdover and your windage on the side. They're liftable turrets, click to where you want to be and then drop back down. Really nice and simple, nice and clean, and they seem to work incredibly well as well. You've got your parallax on the side. Now, we're going down to 10 on the marker. They do say it might go a little bit closer than that, but you're on 10 right out to, infinity, but we don't shoot to infinity. The lovely little thing on it is you've also got an illuminated reticule on there as well. So depending on where you are, you've got red and green on that illuminated reticule. And remember, that is a first focal plane reticule, so it is a really nice thing to have that reticule light up. It's more tricky to do on a first focal plane scope, but this seems to work really, really well. And I have to say, the clarity on it in here, and it's quite dim in here for lighting, but the clarity on here, that really is very, very clear. I really do like that. Comes with mounts as well, lovely scope, and to be honest with you, I think we all need to have a look at those a little bit more. Retail, you're looking at around £439, which is pretty much in line with a lot of other people that are doing their first focal plane scopes at the moment, but that is really nice. I actually like big chunky things around about there. It feels like I've got a lot more scope, so I like the big chunky dials. So there you go, that's the scope from Discovery. But wait, because Discovery haven't finished. Look at this. This is a little compact first focal plane scope, and it's got Hoya lenses inside, if I say that right. So this is Japanese optics going on here. You've got 4-16 by 50. Again, lovely and clear. Nice big opening at the front, and that reticule gets bigger and smaller when you turn that magnification dial. On the side, you've got a lovely little parallax wheel. Little bit difference in size. Obviously, that's compact, that's full size, but they both look absolutely fantastic. And all good things come in threes. Do you know what? I've got a scope in my pocket. Look at this. Look at that little compact beauty. Now this is a 3x12x44 first focal plane scope. Look at that. Now can you imagine sticking that on top of your rifle? Look at those drilled out dials and everything there as well. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love that. I think that is a real little winner. Look at that. Lifts up. Nice positive clicking action, locks back down. And wait for it, retail £219. They've sold out at the show, and I can well understand why. And it's so small and so compact, it fits in my pocket. And I might just wander off with that about now. Cheerio. That's it. That's the end of my video review of the British Shooting Show 2019. I think I've brought you all the latest stuff that I've seen going round. If you've enjoyed it, please press the like button. And if you've enjoyed it even more, you could subscribe if you haven't done already. Couldn't they, Andrew?
They could, yes.
They could.
Yes, they could.
Give me a lift home.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Mate.
Should we go then?
Let's go.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You just walked the wrong way.